What's going on, guys? Cosmic Collector here, and in today's video we'll be unboxing the Neca Toys Casey Jones and Raphael 2-pack. This is the 1990 TMNT Casey Jones and Raphael in Disguise 2-pack. These 90s TMNT figures are actually my personal grails. Before I started my channel, and even before I started collecting, these are the action figures I wanted most. I grew up watching the TMNT cartoons, and the 90s film is still one of my favorite movies to this day. It still holds up and is easily my favorite rendition of the Turtles. I actually picked this set up a couple years back from a local toy store that opened up in my area. This set is still sealed, so they were selling it for $50, but I got it while they were holding a sale, so I was able to pick it up for $35. I was also able to pick up the other two 2-packs for all 4 Turtles later on, and I'll be reviewing those here on the channel in the coming weeks. Popping up on the screen now are some of the figures I have in hand I'll be reviewing here on the channel. So if there's a certain review that you'd like to see first, just let me know down in the comments and I'll make that video next. And I still have a ton of great statues on pre-order as well, so go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those videos. Here's a quick look at the bottom of the box, and a huge shout out to the team of artists that brought these figures to life. I love that Neca includes the list of their creative teams on their packaging, so a huge shout out to these guys. And here's a quick look at the top of the box. Now, let's go and open these up and take a closer look. Alright, here's how they come straight out of the box. Let's go and take a look at Casey Jones' articulation first, and I'll try to speed through this part quickly. We get a good T-pose. He can forward kick to about right there. We got a decent bend at the knees. A little back and forth at the ankles, some decent mobility there. We have some swivel at the thigh. And some twist at the torso. He can bend at the hips, but there's pretty much no ab crunch. For the elbows, they can bend about halfway. And then we get ball joints at the wrist, so pretty good rotation there. He can look up to about right there, and then he can look down pretty far, and then he can look side to side. Moving over to Raphael, he is fully sculpted underneath the coat. And the coat does appear to be removable, but for the sake of this review, we'll leave him in disguise. The coat's going to hinder some movement, so his arms move to about right there. And his elbows bend to about here. His wristbands hinder some movement as well. And his leg mobility is going to be hindered due to his shell and knee pads. We get some decent movement at his ankles. And then he has a swivel at the thigh as well. We get 0 ab crunch. We get some good rotation at the neck. And some good head mobility as well. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go and jump into the review and take a closer look.
A Jose Canseco bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
Overall, these are incredible TMNT figures. They're extremely well sculpted and detailed, and honestly even better than I was expecting. We get a ton of accessories, and I could honestly spend all day posing these two alone. Growing up, Michelangelo was always my favorite turtle, but as I've gotten older, Raphael has definitely become my new favorite, and I love Casey Jones as well. These two look great next to each other, and are definitely the most detailed action figures I've personally seen from Neca. They also include a cardboard background of the sewers if you wanted to use that in your display. The Ultimate Universal Monsters line also included backgrounds, so I guess Neca does this for all their figures. Let's go ahead and take a look at them individually first and check out all their accessories. Starting off with Raphael, they nailed the paint and sculpt and perfectly captured the unique look and design of the 90s film. To this day, I don't think we've gotten a better looking live action TMNT since the first 90s movie. They still look great in Secret of the Ooze, but they did change their look up a little bit in that one. I love how the hat and trench coat was enough to disguise Raphael to go out in public, and this design is iconic. This cloth coat looks really great. We can see they included all the straps, buttons, and even functioning pockets. Raphael is fully sculpted underneath this coat, and they didn't skip on any details. As I mentioned, we'll go ahead and leave him disguised for this review, since I'll be reviewing the 2-pack later on as well. His hat and backpack are removable, and the sculpt and details on those are incredible. They perfectly captured his face and head sculpt and nailed his likeness. His mask is really well sculpted, and his eyes and teeth look great. The paint and textures on his skin are also really well done, and we can even see the scars or cuts on his face. Let's go and jump into the accessories. We obviously have his hat, and you can display that by itself or with the red tail ends. There's actually a hole in the back of the hat where you can notch the knot of the mask into place, which also helps secure it. Here he is without his hat, and we can really see the details on his face and skin. Moving around back, we have a few different mask options. We can have the tail ends hanging down, flowing to the left, or flowing to the right. These are also rotatable, so you can adjust the height or angle they're flowing as well. We get a few different sets of hands. We have his gripping hands, and these will be used to hold his sai. We have a pair of open hands, and we can really see the detail in the sculpt. These can also be used as kung fu or fighting hands. And we also get a pair of pointing hands. Obviously we get both sai, and the details on those came out great. These can also be stored in his coat pockets as seen in the movie. And then the last accessory we get for Raphael is a slice of pizza, and that's really well done. Jumping over to Casey Jones, he's equally as incredible. His clothes came out great, and we get even more accessories for him. They nailed the texture and design of his denim vest. His undershirt's also really well sculpted, and they really gave it that dirty, worn out look. His sweatpants are also textured, and they even included the elastic cuffs around his ankles, and we can see his exposed socks. We can see he's wearing a pair of black Reeboks, and those are really well detailed. They nailed the look and design of his mask, and we can see the details and volume of his hair. While the mask isn't removable, we can see his eyes and mouth underneath, really giving it a realistic look. We get a few different hand options for Casey Jones. We have a pair of closed fists. We have a pair of gripping hands. A second set of gripping hands. A right pointer hand or a finger gun. And a left cupping hand, and this will be used to hold his hockey sticks. We have a golf bag that he can wear on his back to hold his weapons. Let's take a look at those now. We have his iconic pair of baseball bats, and the tape on those look great. We have a golf club, and the finish on this gives it a nice pristine look. We have a large goalie stick, and that looks incredible. We also get a standard hockey stick with the grip tape throughout. We also get his cricket paddle, which is also really well done. And if you wanted, you could also have him holding the slice of pizza. The golf bag does hold all the accessories at once, and the figure can still stand on his own with him carrying everything. Overall, these two figures are absolutely incredible. They're everything I wanted and more, and these will probably never leave my collection. I'm so glad to finally have these opened up, and I can't wait to check out the rest of the turtles. Alright, now for the sizes. Starting with Casey Jones. He stands around 7 3/4 inches, or about 18 centimeters. With his hat, Raph stands around 6.5 inches, or about 16.5 centimeters. For size comparison, here they are next to a Funko Pop, and here they are next to a Funko Out of Box. Here they are next to the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider, as well as the Ultimate Wolfman. Here they are next to the Ultimate Frankenstein, as well as the Ultimate Invisible Man. And lastly, here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Ghost Spider. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and let me know down in the comments what your favorite TMNT movie is. And since you're still here, go and check out one of the 2 videos popping up on the screen now. The one on the left is a video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and the one on the right is a video that I recommended. And until next time, God bless.
Cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.